Welcome back, my fellow trophy hunters, YouTube watchers, internet friends. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to talk about Age of Mythology Retold's Platinum. A Platinum that took me way too long to get, but it's just because I love this game and I just decided to play it all. I'm showing you a few of the campaigns. I think there's 4 campaigns total. Yeah, there's 4 total. I was going through like the hardest difficulty on it. There's different pantheons. You have your Greek, your Norse, your Egyptians, Atlanteans, and then the newest one is the Chinese. Supposedly, they're supposed to be adding a new one. You'll get a trophy for finishing each campaign and doing like special stuff during the campaigns. I'd show you more of the online stuff, but unfortunately, I have the bug where I cannot play online. Here are some of the gods that you can play with, and then you can see like all the technologies and units you get throughout it all. I'm not gonna go through it all. Each god has its own unique bonus and god power, which is pretty cool. Like Zeus has a lightning bolt that immediately kills one enemy. He also gains favor faster than anybody else. Hoplites, which is like his main unit, get a speed boost. Not too familiar with the Chinese because I don't really use them like that. Poseidon gets a buff to cavalry. Hades archers. Egyptian, I know gets berries faster. Isis can sit down some cool monuments that block god power. Set gets animals. Norse, I don't really play too much, but I know Loki gets myth units that will like randomly summon during fight, and Gaia gets the lush bonus for her. If they're like in the lush, they get like a 20% movement bonus, which is pretty cool. But let's just talk about the platinum and if it's worth it or not. There's definitely a lot of variety of different maps and stuff. You'll start off with your singular town center, which is what you use to produce villagers. You get some food, like some animals, like we got hippos right there. Gold, wood, favors the lightning bolts there, and then you have like a population right now. We only have 15 pop cap, so you're gonna have to like build houses to get more population, more town centers, and all that, etc. It's a pretty cool game. Like each different pantheon will give you like different starting off. Like with Greeks, you always start off with like 4 villagers and a scout. Egyptians, you get a pharaoh, a priest, and I think 3 villagers. Norse, you get, I think, 3 villagers, and I know you get a berserker, which their military units build their buildings for them, not the villagers, which is pretty cool. And Atlanteans, I think you only get 2 because you don't have to build like storehouses like I did right there next to the gold mine. They can just go wherever they want in the map. You have to build anything, and they just do it in general. Definitely, PC is definitely the way to go when you're playing this game. I was just happy to see it on console because this game I literally played growing up. It was something I'd do before school. I'd join like, different clans and stuff, and you had to have like a elo of 1400 to stay in the clan or they'd kick you out. I mean, there's nothing like super serious or anything. But it's just, this game was like my childhood, man, and so in order to play it now with not having a PC and just a PlayStation, I was like, oh, this is amazing, man. And like, it was a dream come true. I love this game. I played it, like I've already put in 300 hours. Never had like any issues or anything. But then during the last patch, they updated it, and then I got the error where I can't play online anymore. So, excuse my build order here, but I am slacking because I haven't played the game in a couple months. But I really wanted to make a video on it because it is probably one of my favorite games of all time. But also I can't do the gateway because I was going to show the gateway because that's like a big part. I think that's probably the hardest part of this platinum is the gateway because there's different missions where sometimes there'll be like different like area bonuses or different like god powers invoked that you're not in control of. Like for instance, sometimes people will like respawn back after you kill them and they'll come back and then you have to re-kill them. They just come back with like less hit points. And some of these missions you're doing like, 1v3s, and it is insane. Like, I did it all by myself originally, and then the only last trophy I needed for the platinum was to play with somebody on co-op during the gateway, and then I ended up helping this one guy do all of his missions on gateway because he was struggling, and I did it because I helped him out because, dude, like I said, this game is amazing. I love this game. I love the battles. I love aging up. Like, I don't know. I'm not really like a big RTS guy like that. But this game, for whatever reason, always had a special place. So did Age of Empires. But I don't know if I'm going to get it. Because if it's anything like this game, like, let me get into why I think the platinum might not be worth it, or if this game might not even be worth it in general to buy. So after that last update, like I said, I can't go online. Haven't been able to play online for 2 months now, maybe longer, maybe less. We'll just say 2 months. Haven't been able to play online. I can't access the gateway, and then all of a sudden now, some of the frame rate just dropped so much where the game is just paused, and I'm sitting there for sometimes up to a minute, minute and a half for something to move, and it just won't move. So it's like pretty much unplayable at this point. And I see a lot of people on Reddit talking about it, which really sucks, man, because I had about probably 250 hours where I had no issues whatsoever, and I was like, oh, you guys are crazy, you're just gaslighting me. But nope, now all of a sudden I am having those same issues, man. Like, the game is pretty much unplayable for me. And it just really sucks, man, because I really do enjoy this game. I think it's a great RTS, and I see, like, there's tournaments all the time, and I just recently started doing crossplay, which, I mean, obviously playing against people on PC, I'm maybe at a disadvantage, but, there'd be a few games where I'd hold my own, or I'd do some team games, because I didn't want to affect my single rank, because I was, like, proud of it. But I don't know. I just hope they fix it, because as of right now, it is pretty much unplayable. But let's talk about some of the other trophies in the game. Like, each Pantheon will have different trophies like tied to them. Like for Greek, for instance, is to build or win a match with just the hoplites, not creating any archers or myth units or anything like that. Just straight up hoplites. And then you'll see that god power I just used. That was from Athena. You'll have like minor gods that you can choose from, like Apollo or Dionysus, or I can't think of any other ones on the top of my head, but you'll go with one. They'll give you like a boost to, hey, you could get bronze god power with this, and you'll get like hero hit points, or there'll be like more for like soldier unit or infantry units instead of like cav units, or stuff like that. Like each place you'll get like different myth units from the other one. And it's pretty cool to like see like what kind of like armies you can come up with and see like your enemy is like doing. That's why like scouting is really important. I'm horrible at scouting. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not. I feel like I'm a pretty average player at the game at best. I don't think I'm amazing by any means. I'd say I'm just an average player who gets lucky sometimes. I've been watching a lot of I Am Magic. If you guys have not seen him, shout out to him. He is great. He has a lot of good build to guides, and he like will look over like his Patreon like games and stuff and give them like hints to like what they could do better, because he's like a top. I know he's like top 3, I think, maybe even top 2. I think it's between him and Mista. I'm not really sure. I only recently started watching competitive games, but I always enjoyed his channel, giving like hints and tips on what to do. Anyway, there'll be like certain trophies with build the game without, or win the game without using any farms, which farms, gather you food. You can also get food from different animals and such, just as like livestock, like sheep, cows. You can find like giraffes, rhinos, hippos out in the wilderness, but like it's like a give and take stuff, because if you do go out, you're more acceptable to raids and stuff from your enemy. And I mean, right now we're just playing against a PC, so it's not like it's anything like crazy or anything like that right now. But when you're playing against like a human player, it's a whole different game, man. Like usually the games will last between, my games usually last anywhere between 10 and 25 minutes. I guess it really just depends on the skill level of the player. But like when I was like doing like, just when I first started off with like 1,000 elo, I think the games literally lasted 10, because you're playing against people who just played like the campaign. They don't know what they're doing. Then once you get to like, I say like 1,300, 1,400 elo, that's when it usually lasts till about closer to 20, 25 minutes. And then once in a while you might just have like a crazy game where you're literally, I've had hour and a half games, just like going back and forth, which is like the fun part for me, which kind of, you don't really see it too often. It kind of feels like whoever has the biggest army just wins, and I mean, I guess it makes sense in a certain type of way, but like I like the back and forth. Like I like, okay, let me take like this little piece of land, or let me build this unit, or let me go raid this, and they come back with some counter units or stuff like that. Like they see what I'm building and they're like, oh, let me do this, let me do that. For the most part too, I know I'm kind of rambling here. Like the game is the controller's pretty good. I wish it was like a little bit better. I don't know why I attacked that one. I should attack the one with full health, but you know, it's just, like I said, man, I'm not perfect at this game whatsoever. I'm still learning. You can make different units with different buildings, like the fortresses. You can make siege weapons. Obviously, you have your archery units. You have armories for upgrades. Also, building placement's like super important in this game, but I'm still like getting used to doing all that. So that's why like you see like my buildings kind of like lined up like as a wall. I could have like made it so like there's like only like a single passageway through to like try to creep the units. There's like a lot of strategy to this. I'm just not, like I said, I'm not expert by any means. I am just doing my best. I'll probably switch over to some of the other Pantheons while I talk about the game. There's also a trophy for like the Egyptians for like one of their myth units, the Anubites. They have like a leaping ability, and one of the trophies is take out 50 villagers with them. Just like with the Norse, they have like these wolves, and it's to kill like 100 villagers. Some of the bigger trophies in this game is like make 100,000 villagers, which with the auto pop going, which I highly recommend, the villagers are probably your most important unit that you'll have, because without them, you'll have no resources to make an army. So you obviously want to like if you're doing raids and stuff, which I really did do in this game because I'm just playing against the computer. You want to do villager raids. You want to try to do that. You want to try to find like their trade like right there, that marketplace. You want to destroy that. You don't want to give these guys like any leeway to try to get an advantage of you over your economy, because your economy is one of the most important things of this game. And that's like one of the hard things about like the Chinese Pantheon is like their economy is so good. And like some people are more of like a late game, like Chinese too, like if they get to like the Mythic Age, it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's over, but it's a lot harder fight, I don't like using the Chinese Pantheon just because I think they're kind of like, not necessarily a cheat code, but they have like a lot of busted units, and I just don't think it's really fun to play as them. I really stick more towards Greek because I just think they're more fun. Like that water dragon up there, he is a pain in the ass, man, with all that splash damage he does. I feel like I'm just rambling, but you know what? At this point in the video, I'm just giving my take on my 250-hour journey on this game. Well, 200, almost 300 hours. I do wish they'd fix it though, because at this point, it's just I can't really play the game. I'm probably eventually. I want to do the Age of Empires too, but I'm afraid that game's going to be like this game, and it's going to be busted. You'll have like another trophy for destroying like 1,000 buildings, killing like 100,000 units. It's just a lot of the stuff too is like building this many units or winning with just these units. A way to like cheat all these and like not play as much as I did, because if I would have just went into like a skirmish game like this and set it to infinite resources and set it to like the AI to be like the easiest possible, you could get this platinum trophy in probably like 10 hours, honestly. I mean, the only thing that would take you a while is the gateway, just because that, like I said, I think that's the only thing that's kind of hard in this, because if you don't have a buddy who's playing this game, or if you're not good at this game, you have to have one person carry you. Like I did with that one guy, it was like a 1v4, because he would just build like these myth units, but he wouldn't build like anything else. He wouldn't get out of the second age, and I'm over here like going crazy. I think I might have a clip of that. I'm gonna throw that in there right here. Like, bro, look at this. He's the blue, I'm red. I have all this. I started building over here, and look at the score difference between everybody. I guess I should mention this too, with the gateway, because it's the hardest part, is like the best strategy is to have your bodyguard be like the best bodyguard you can, and then just send them all over there and try to take out one of the enemies as soon as possible. Usually if you just kill enough villagers, or if you destroy their town center, he'll resign, and then it's more like attainable to do a 2v1 that early in the game versus a 1v3. So that's always like my strategy to do it. I do love looking at the end of the game and looking at like the stats and like the highlights, or like what your score was, like what the graph was, seeing like what the military was, your villager kills, who got the most resources and stuff. Like, I don't know. I just think looking at stats is cool, man. I love looking at that stuff. The coolest thing about the Norse, too, is they also get, like, dwarves, and dwarves are, like, villagers, but they gather gold faster and stuff like that. And Freyr is one of, like, the newer gods that they introduced, and he's, like, a really defensive god, but he's really good, dude. Like, I don't know. I think, yeah, each god has, like, their own little niche and what they're good at and what they're not. During this game, I'll start showing, like, when the game started freezing a lot for me, and it's just like, okay, man, like, I don't know. Like I said, at this point, let's just answer the good old question. Is this game worth platinuming? As the state of the game is right now, no. I wouldn't even recommend you buying this game. Like, till they can come up with, like, a better patch and everything, the game's pretty much unplayable at this point. At least for half the users, I'd say, on PS5. It's just a buggy mess, man. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know how I went from having 0 issues to all of a sudden now I can't even play the game. I freaking love this game, man. And I even got, like, the premium edition of it. Not that it was, like, a lot. But, you know, now I can't play it, and I want to play it. Like, I really do. Like, I was grinding my elo out. I think I got to, like, 1,400. I want to say 1,400. I might have been, like, 1,380. But now I can't even play, and, like, now at this point, I'm struggling against extreme AI. Like, I can't even beat the extreme AI anymore just because I haven't played that much, and also just the constant freezing and all that. Let me find a clip of it, like, doing that, and you can see. I might have stopped recording when I did it, though. Yeah, like, right here, for example, I'm sitting here waiting, and the game is just not moving. You can see the time's not moving. I can't move that, and I was like, So I know a couple people, there's, like, some workarounds to it, but dude, you shouldn't have to do that to play this game. Like, it should just work, man. I spent money on it for it to work. But there we go. Now it's starting to move, like, a little bit. But then it would just keep doing, like, this in and out thing, and it just sucks, man. Because, like I said, I really do enjoy this game. I love this game. But as of right now, I could not recommend it to anybody. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the platinum's pretty easy overall if you just want to abuse it and do the like, infinite resources and everything. You could probably knock this out in, like, maybe 10 hours. The only thing that would be hard is the gateway. But if you have someone like me, or I'm sure if you go to PSNP and you ask somebody to help you, you could knock this out in a day. Like that other guy, me and him, we had, like, a couple of different sessions. We played maybe for, like, 2 or 3 hours, and I helped him get the platinum. I mean, if the game's ever playable and you guys need help, look me up on PSN, shoot me a message, and I'd help you play this game, because I do love this game. I mean, right now I can't help you because I can't even get online, but, you know, it just sucks, man. I really do love this game, and I hate to see what state it's in. But if you guys are new around here, hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. And I didn't even talk about, like, the Titan units or anything. I don't know. I was just talking about the game in general. I don't even have a script or anything. I'm just kind of rambling on about it, but I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye. Also, one more thing. Bring back the glitch where the Myth units were as big as the Titans. They were so freaking funny. They also have a Wonder Age where you can get the God Powers for less favor, and you can get more Titans. It's pretty cool. Anyway, now I'm ending the video. Let's show me getting the Platinum Trophy. And once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one.